Hey watch lovers, Brad from Brent Miller Jewelers. And today's question I have for you is, which Tag Heuer Monaco model do you prefer? On my left, I'll have what I'll call the standard production model here with the Sunray blue dial. And on my right, I have the iconic Golf Edition. So same case shape, we'll go over those dimensions in a second, but aesthetically, the question today is, do you like the Golf Edition more than the standard model? So the case dimension on both of these is exactly the same. We have 39 millimeters across by 39 millimeters tall. So we have a square case dead on. How the crystal I measured as well is exactly squared at 31.8 across and 31.8 tall. So not quite 32 millimeters for the crystal. We have 15 millimeters case thickness. And I really tried to measure that without, you can see how tall that boxed sapphire crystal is. And the crystal on the back, a little bit more here sticks out. So I tried to give you an idea. It was really difficult to get the case back with the calipers and that, but I'm going to say around 12 millimeters without the crystals. So it might be slightly more, but almost 3 millimeters of that case thickness, I think, is from the crystals. 47.4 from lug tip to lug tip. We have a 22 millimeter lug width. Deployant style fold over clasp. And then we have the exhibition case back with the Heuer in-house O2 movement. 80 hours of power reserve. And if I can get this camera to focus right there at the very top on that rotor, I love the color, the column wheel here. On this model, it's red. And on the Golf Edition, and again, I'm sorry this is not focusing the way I would like it to in the glare there, but I'm going to show you it's orange on this model. And I just love the touch of color on that column wheel right there at the very top. So if you're like me, it's the small things on these mechanical marvels that give me enjoyment. So we have a signed non-screw down crown, 100 meters of water resistance. And I weighed them both. The Golf model was slightly heavier, 124.1 grams on the Golf compared to 123.5 on this blue dial here. So essentially both about 124 grams on the leather strap. 7,100 for the traditional model here, and the Golf comes in at 7,450. So you have a slight premium on the Golf. So the question remains, aesthetically, would you pay that slight premium for the Golf, or would you just go for the more traditional? Let me throw these both on wrist. I will say this, I do get asked from time to time, how does this case wear? And frankly, it does wear larger than 39 millimeters. It's a unique case. I do like the squared case, but it certainly wears larger than 39 millimeters would suggest. I'm going to say, for me, I think it wears more like a 42 millimeter case. Again, I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist. And for reference, I actually pulled out the Heritage Altavia we still have in stock, 42 millimeter case. Try to give you an idea. I think it's pretty close. Again, if I went over the dimensions, you could just see the square certainly wears larger than the 39 millimeters would indicate. So hopefully that helps with the perspective looking at a size. Obviously did not size these straps, so I will say, as I was just putting this on, I did notice different straps on these as well. I'll pull out the other model here in a second, but you have more of a rally style strap with the perforated holes in the strap on the Golf Edition, which I actually like the look of. If you compare it here, just your traditional leather. So again, I think this is just more race inspired, and I actually like this strap. And I realized too, we didn't hit the chronograph. So let's take a look. You do have the 60 at your 12 o'clock position versus all stick indices on the other model. The golf logo here as well as the golf coloring. 30-minute counter at 3, 12-hour counter at 9, small seconds at 6. I do like the crosshair pattern here for the small seconds indicator. So let me hit the lights quick, give you a quick loom. Again, I didn't charge these at all, so you can see hands and indices there a little bit. So as always, greatly appreciate you viewing. If there's anything I can do for you, anything at all, shoot me an email, brad@brentmiller.com, and we'll see you in the next video.